what do you see as the top three issues facing the city of San Luis Obispo, and how do you plan to address them or already are addressing them in your current role?
Sure. It's funny when you say the top three questions, I want to say COVID, COVID, and COVID. So we'll certainly be looking at everything we do moving forward with a meta city goal of recovery from the health and economic impacts of COVID. So certainly that's going to be top of mind. So prioritizing public health while we also really lift up small local businesses and do everything we can to ensure that we can retain those locally owned small businesses. So those will be, I don't know if that's one and two or one big one. And then to continue on with our major city goals of housing, sustainable transportation, climate action, fiscal responsibility, and all of those really important things as well moving forward. So it'll be a prioritizing of recovery while we also focus on the basics.
Okay. And then my next question is, do you believe that systemic racism exists in the city of San Luis Obispo? And if so, how are you or do you intend to continue addressing that issue?
Yes, so definitely systemic racism, I think, exists everywhere. And in this country, we have a history of that here. And so it's important that we can name that in order to do our part to engage with that topic in a more constructive way. And so we plan on doing a lot here at the city on that issue to create more belonging. Number one, and first off, is our Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Task Force, which just got kicked off last week. And so that's a group of community members that are coming together to have a robust conversation about what is obviously a very complex and tricky subject matter. And the first goal of that task force will be to inform the council as to what they think the best use is of about $160,000 in budget that we set aside specifically to engage on this issue. And then moving forward, my hope would be that diversity and equity would roll into another major city goal that we would have staff and resources assigned to in order to keep this progress that I think we've gotten off on the right foot here going into the future.
Okay. And then why do you want to continue serving San Luis Obispo as mayor?
It's a great question. It's been a really tough year, and we've been able to do so much in the last 4 years since I've been mayor. For example, we have the most ambitious carbon neutrality goal of any city in the United States, making us a leader in that space in order to spur innovation and green tech firms here and all of those kinds of exciting things. We've been able to create more housing and more housing that we hope will meet that missing middle, that much needed missing middle. Sustainable transportation, we've been able to get some bike paths put in and help people that want to walk from where they live to downtown do that in a more inviting and safe way. And there's still so much more to do on all of those areas. So I want to be able to continue that leadership moving forward. Yeah, and certainly I've been showing up for people for the last 4 years and showing up during COVID, and I want to continue to be able to show up for the community moving forward.